as you can see, I've kind of got lots of extra bits and bobs going on. A little bit more cushions and blankets, a few more candles, got some gentle music playing in the background. So yeah, this kind of self-care Sunday is about being really comfortable, and whilst that means setting your space up with all these bits and bobs, it also means maybe preparing your household or devices. So anything that might cause a little bit of distraction, as best as you can, try to reduce them. And it might just be saying, hey, to members of your household, I'm having 45 minutes to myself, or you're putting your phone on do not disturb, whatever helps you to just protect this bit of time, which we're going to be calling Self-Care Sunday. And it's always good to kind of bookend some of our time on the mat. We're good at kind of setting the tone for our day with the morning wake up practices. So Sunday evening is a really nice time to reflect on the weekend you've had, the week ahead coming up. So that's what this is going to be about. And we'll intertwine a little bit more philosophy, less of a physical practice, some breath work and meditation practicing. So yeah, it'll be really good. A little bit of a wider horizon to your yoga practice, your mat time. But still roll out your mat, and it's just using it in a bit of a different way. So to begin with, I just want you to get comfortable. It's kind of going to be in two parts tonight. So we're going to do some breath work and then some guided meditation. I encourage you to lie down for the meditation. So you might want to spend the first part sat up. You can spend the whole thing lying down. However, if you know that you might drift off, or lying down for 45 minutes is a little bit too chill, I would encourage you to sit for the first bit of breath work, and then we can recline for the guided meditation. So, but with that in mind, let's find a comfortable seat that's supported. So if you know it's hard to sit cross-legged, elevate your sit bones a little bit. If you know you're going to get a little bit uncomfortable on the floor because your mat's thin, cushion yourself. I'm quite lucky with a wall behind me. That's nice to kind of lean up against. So just spend the next 30 seconds or so getting comfortably sat. Unless you are choosing to lie back, then by all means continue to do the same but lying down. So I'll just give you a minute to get settled. So before you come to find stillness, maybe just do a few shoulder rolls. Maybe a little stretch with the arms. You might even go to the side. Just a little bit of intuitive movement that's just going to help you to feel settled. And we're not kind of slumped here. We are still sitting quite upright, hence the use of a wall or a prop to help you. But there's a heaviness to the lower half of us. There's a softness to the belly. The shoulders are back and down. Face relaxed, jaw soft. And I encourage you to close down the eyes. And just take a moment to check in, see how you are this evening. Notice, observe any feelings, any sensations. And when you're ready, just allow a stillness to wash over the body. So resting down the hands in a comfortable place, maybe hands on the knees, a little closer towards the inner thighs. And before we start to settle into some breath work, I just want you to listen to a little passage I'm going to read to you. And it's from one of my favourite books about yoga, and it's called Bringing Yoga to Life. Probably might have read it or know of it. It's one that I return back to often. I find that every sentence has real depth of meaning. So although there might be a lot to take in this little bit of reading, just listen and don't worry too much if it doesn't all resonate. And this is a text I'll probably return back to throughout these sessions. So even if you haven't got it or don't want to read it yourself, I will read it for you, the best bits. And this lady's a teacher, just so you know, for a very long time. So close your eyes and just take this in. Over 2 decades of teaching, I've witnessed again and again the power that yoga has to shift seemingly negative patterns and to awaken the body, mind, and heart to other possibilities. No matter who we are or how long we have been entrenched in self-defeating behaviours, through daily yoga practice, we can become present to our own fundamental goodness and the goodness of others. Rediscovering who we are at our core opens the way to experiencing our most basic level of connection with others. This connectedness lies at the heart of the practice called yoga. Living in a unitive state is not an esoteric concept, and it is not an elusive higher realm that only a few clever people can aspire to. It is the opening of the heart so that we have the capacity to feel tenderness, joy, and sorrow without shutting down. It is the opening of the mind to an awareness that encompasses rather than excludes. It is the startling and the immediate recognition of our basic sameness. It is the practice of observing clearly, listening acutely, and skillfully responding to the moment with all the compassion we can muster. And it is a homecoming with and in the body, for it is only there that we can do all these things. Counter to the plethora of 7-step solutions and quick fix formulas offered by so many contemporary self-help guides, the ancient science of yoga does not pretend to be simple, quick, or easy. It is a practice that takes into account the very messy and often complex phenomenon of what we call a human being, and the equally challenging task of everyday living. What yoga does promise, however, is that through sincere, skillful, and consistent practice, anyone can become peaceful, happy, and free. It does not matter who you are or who you take yourself to be. Neither does it matter what has happened to you in the past or where you find yourself in the present. Anyone who has the intention to break through self-limiting and self-immobilizing thoughts and behaviors can and will find freedom through this practice. Regardless if you are a beginner or an experienced practitioner, the moment you engage in yoga practice, you will discover that the practice is itself the reward. Peace of mind and freedom from fear are as imminent as your focus. This change of mind has immediate consequences. You start to feel a sense of ease with life, and you feel more able to adapt to change. You experience a new vitality and clarity that will affect relationships at home, at work, and in the world. So as you can see, that's just 2 quite lengthy paragraphs, but a nice, clear definition of yoga and its ability. So yeah, I'll leave that there, and I'll pick future paragraphs for you to listen to. It's a really good book, so yeah, I'll pop the name of it and a picture of it in our group so you can have a little look. But maybe just notice how that resonated with you, wherever you may be on your yoga journey. Yoga is for everyone. At the heart of our practice, it's breathing and moving, which we are all able to do in some capacity. So this evening we're going to focus on the breath, and often we find the breath in our practice with movement. So try not to get frustrated if you find this breath work tricky or hard. It's just about trying your best. And even after many years of breathing and practicing yoga, it is still part of your practice to gently guide yourself back. So when that happens, you're not doing it wrong. That actually is the practice. And sometimes we get caught up in finding this state of Zen, which, I'll be honest, I don't think actually exists. It's this continual guiding back, which is actually the practice. So if you're not already feeling settled and comfortable, maybe take just another shoulder roll and try to maybe sit a little bit taller, so crown of the head reaching to the sky, sit bones drawing towards the earth, and just start to firstly observe the breath. So we're not trying to change anything, we're just getting a sense of how our breath is this evening, how it's feeling. And even a bit of conscious thought towards our breath might instantly cause us to panic, to get overwhelmed, to feel the breath change. So it's about building a relationship with your breath over time. And just like with the shapes in yoga we make with our bodies, it takes time and practice. So try to stay relaxed and try not to alter or change your breath, and just notice what's happening. I almost want you to ride on the wave of your breath and just observe. And it's quite common to feel the breath is maybe shallow, maybe a little bit quicker than we'd like, or shorter. So this first session, we're just going to focus on deepening and lengthening. And if at any point you become a little distressed or uncomfortable, take a break. Maybe have a sip of water, maybe change your position. You might feel more at ease lying down. This is your practice, so really take any intuitive actions to get the most from this. So we'll just take a few breaths together. So I'm just going to count you in. But again, don't get caught up in my count. I'll just do it for about 3 rounds, and then I want you to count your own breaths so that we all work within our own realm. But wherever you are, let's all just take a nice long exhale now. And then breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3. Breathe out for 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathing out, 2, 1. Breathing in, and breathing out. I want you to take 10 more in your own time and maybe say the words breathe in 1, breathe out 1, and go all the way up to 10. So breathe in 2 and breathe out 2. And if the mind wanders, just come back to starting at 1 and just aim to get as high as you can. By all means, if you get to 10, move to 15, to 20. But most importantly, I want you to notice if your mind wanders and you lose count, and then just gently guide it back and start again. And as you do these counted breaths, can you increase the length, the depth by following the journey? So sending your mind alongside the breath. Notice how it travels down the torso, and where does it end? Where can you feel it finish? Where's that expansion? And then follow it back out, and where do you feel that lowering? Where do you feel that contraction? So hopefully we've managed roughly 10 breaths or so. I want you to stay riding the wave of each breath. And now we're going to really send our attention to where we can feel the breath. And this breath work we're going to practice is called 3-part breath. So I want you to divide your torso into 3 sections. The belly is going to be the lowest section. I'm going to call the middle section the chest, although probably is more like the waist or the upper belly. And then the top section I'm going to refer to as the throat. So, the real top of the torso. So just visually kind of split your torso up into those 3 areas: belly, chest, throat. Then on your next inhale, start to move the breath into the belly. And as you exhale, try and contract out from the belly. So inhale, breathe into the belly. Exhale, breathe out of the belly. Next time, inhale to the belly. Take another sip of air and expand the chest or the upper belly. And then exhale through the chest and the belly. Inhale, belly, chest. Exhale, chest, belly. Do one more like that. Inhale, send the breath to the belly, chest. Exhale from the chest, then the belly. This time, inhale to the belly, chest, and then take another sip of air right up to the throat. And then exhale from the throat, the chest, and the belly. So inhale, belly, chest, throat. Exhale, throat, chest, belly. 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 Keep that up, breathing in. Feel the lower part of you expand as the breath moves up. And then as you exhale, feel the breath move down as you let it go in the reverse. Inhale, belly, chest, throat. Exhale, throat, chest, belly. See if you can take 10 more just like that, breathing in and breathing out. So you've got this wave of breath filling from the base of the torso all the way up, and then from the top all the way down. Breathing into the depths of the torso, right to the top, and then as you exhale from the top all the way to the bottom. With each inhale, really try to fill and expand through those areas. With each exhale, release. Inhale, belly, chest, throat, really filling up, and then exhale, chest, belly. Keep going, take about 5 more. It might not be you feel significant movement, but even if you can lay your attention onto those areas as you breathe, so you're consciously residing your thoughts to that part of your body, aiming to feel the expansion and the contraction in that order. Belly, chest, throat, throat, chest, belly. Good, take one more round. And then just let go of the thoughts of that undulation, that wave of breath, and just come back to a more natural rhythm. Maybe notice any sensations, feelings, observations. Did you find that tricky? Did you find parts of it a little easier? Did your mind wander? Did you relax into it? Sometimes I find with breath work, we ride a little bit of the practice really well, and then you might overthink it and it might alter. So again, really don't be critical, just observe and notice. For some of you, this might be your first conscious bit of breath work at home in your space. So try to let go of any judgment and just embrace how it felt, embrace how it went. When you feel ready, we'll come to lie down and just take maybe a minute or so to get comfortable. We are going to close our eyes here, so just be aware if you have got candles that they're safe, and I will guide you out of this relaxation and make sure you're all kind of back in the room. We'll just use a little emoji on Zoom or something, a thumbs up. But spend a bit of time now just getting comfortable. So for me, that usually means a prop underneath my knees. That usually means a little bit of something behind the back of my head. There's no rush. We'll get going in about 60 seconds or so. So don't just commit to a lying down shape straight away. Ease into it. Get comfy. If you want to put on a layer or some socks, you can. And as you settle, maybe think about where things are going to be, where they're going to be placed. Are the hands going to rest on the belly? We're not really focused on the breath. We'll just use it to settle. And then you're just going to listen to the sound of my voice. So the hands can be out beside you, palms facing up, or it might just be out wide. It's really whatever feels most comfortable for you so that you can remain still. If you need a couple of sighing breaths, you can take them, or it might be more of a deep breath. Probably already feeling quite settled and relaxed after that breath work. So maybe take a big breath in through the nose and more of a gentle sigh through the mouth, just to really ease down into your new position. If by any means you don't want to lie down, you don't have to. You can do this practice seated. Close down the eyes, soften the face, relax the jaw, and try to send an ease and a heaviness to the pelvis, to the chest. Try to allow your entire weight to be completely held by the earth, knowing there's nothing to do, there's no place to be. It's just a little bit of time for you. And as we go through this body scan, your mind may wander. You may lose the sound of my voice, but just allow to whatever comes up to surface. And if you become aware, be kind and gentle, guide yourself back. And if anything feels uncomfortable or you get a sense of emotion or pain, sit with it if you can. But at any point it doesn't feel good, just come back to the breath. So beginning to breathe really fully into the belly, in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel the belly expand on the inhale and soften and relax on the exhale. And allow the breath to shift your focus from outside to inside yourself. Maybe following the journey of your breath, having an internal gaze. Try to let go of any sound around you. Knowing that if you become distracted by any sounds, they're just the backdrop. Try not to attach any thoughts, just notice and guide yourself back to the breath. We're going to bring our attention right down to the feet now. Begin to observe any sensations in your feet. You may notice how the toes feel against your socks or the air around. And just notice without judgment. Maybe you could send your breath right down to the feet, all the way through the body, right down to the feet. The tops of the feet, the base of each foot, the heel, the ankle. And now slowly shifting and gently moving your attention to the calves, your knees and your thighs. Just notice how they feel. Any sensations you experience within your legs. Can you breathe into the legs and breathe out of the legs? The calves, the knees and the thighs. If your mind begins to wander, gently notice and just guide yourself back to your legs, each leg. Any sensations. If you notice any discomfort or stiffness, try not to judge, just notice, observe. Do they shift, change from moment to moment? Do you have a sense of rising and falling as you breathe into the legs? Just notice the legs exactly as they are in this moment. And then on your next exhale, just allow the legs to dissolve from your mind and move now into your pelvis, the lower back, the front of the hips. Can you soften and release and feel a heaviness to this part of you? Can you breathe into the pelvis and breathe out? Slowly move your attention to your middle back, your waist, your belly. Become curious about the sensations here. Notice any contact with the earth, clothing. Can you feel the muscles? Can you notice the temperature? Can you breathe into this part of you? And just laying your attention now on the stomach and all your internal organs that reside here. Maybe you notice the belly rising and falling with each breath. And again, if there's any sensations, I just want you to notice and observe, just be with them. Continue to breathe, and now gently move your awareness a little bit higher now to the chest and the heart space. Observe any rising and falling here. Maybe you can sit with the heart, the center of the chest. Maybe you can even feel your heartbeat. Can you breathe in and out at the center of the chest? Now gently allow your mind to release that space as you move your attention to your hands. Each finger, your thumbs, the palms, the knuckles, the wrists. Can you notice how your hands feel? Any contact they have with the earth, with your body, the air around them, the temperature of your hands. And then moving up the arm to the forearm, the elbow and the upper arm. And you may notice a difference between your right arm and your left arm. Do they feel heavy? Do they feel light? Just notice and observe any feelings. And then shifting now to your shoulders, the top, the front, the back of each shoulder. Can you ease them down a little more? Can you feel heaviness across the shoulders, across the chest? You may be able to breathe into the shoulders and feel that expanse across the chest and the upper back on each inhale. And that release and easing on the exhale. Notice your shoulders and just be with your shoulders. On your next exhale, start to move towards the base of the throat. Notice how the throat feels, the sides of the neck and the back of the neck. And then slowly start to draw your attention along the back of the neck, all the way up to the scalp and the head, top of the head. Maybe you can feel a sense of heaviness, the hair, the forehead and temples, the whole of the top of the head. Move to the skin around the eyes, the heaviness of the eyelids, the softness of the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, the whole of the mouth, the skin on the face, your jaw. Can you ease the skin on the face and just release? You may notice the feeling of the breath entering and leaving. It passes through the nostrils. Can you now follow that journey of the breath as it starts to enter the whole of the body? Bringing your full attention now from the top of the head all the way down to the toes with each inhale. And then the flow of breath from the toes to the top of the head with each exhale. Breathing into the whole of the body on the inhale, top of head to feet. And exhaling the whole of the body from the feet to the head. Can you find a gentle rhythm of your breath as it just moves through your body, flowing fully, smoothly, feeling a sense of uplifting and energy with each inhale, your heart, the center of the chest, present, aware, awake, alert. And then as you exhale, this sense of peace, calm, easing and soothing. Inhale to feel awake, uplifted. Exhale to feel at peace, to feel calm. Breathing into the whole body and breathing out from the whole body. On your next inhale, just slowly start to bring your awareness back to the fingers and toes. You may give them a little move, a little wiggle. Just moving slowly, moving mindfully. And this might transpire into a little bit more movement, maybe a full body stretch. You might take a really big inhale to stretch the arms above you and the feet away from you. And then as you exhale, just start to maybe bring everything in, hug the knees in. Maybe take a little rock from side to side. There's no rush. And when you feel ready, just come to whichever side feels good for you. Find a little tucked position, and the eyes might still be closed, or you may have blinked them open. Try to just focus your gaze on the edge of your mat or something nearby. And just take a moment to notice and observe how you feel. Being aware of any shifts or sensations just whirring around. Know that you're safe. Know that you're with you. And when you feel ready, slowly push yourself up. Come to a comfortable seat. Maybe take a shoulder roll. A little bit of movement, but just staying peaceful, staying settled. You may lower the chin down to the chest. It's just a little sign of gratitude to yourself, to finding time for this practice, for taking care of your body and mind. Really lovely to have you this evening. I hope you benefited from that practice, and go gently into your evening. Make conscious and mindful decisions about what you're doing next. Well done everyone, lovely to have you, lovely to see you. Thanks guys.